Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Alan Long. Felixstowe is a leader in the port industry with its application of information technology, pioneering the introduction of a computerised community system in the UK. Known today as Destinate, the system has been developed through close cooperation between the port, its customers and HM Revenue and Customs. The system is regularly enhanced and upgraded to meet the evolving needs of the trading community. Destinate is managed and operated by Maritime Cargo Processing, MCP, which itself is owned by the port community. Alan Long joined MCP in December 1987, having spent 15 years with HM Customs and Excise, and is now the company's chief executive. He's represented UK trade at European and international level with the UN CFACT process. He's also a member of the International Association of Ports and Harbours Committee on Trade Facilitation and Port Community Systems, and represents that committee at the WCO Information Management Subcommittee and at the European Commission's Trade Contact Group. MCP is a founding member of the European Port Community Systems Association, and Alan is its current chairman. And today he's going to talk to us about the future of cargo processing. He's saying it is here today. It is, in fact, the port community system. Please join me in welcoming Alan Long.
Yeah, thanks, David, and thanks everybody for staying awake to listen to me. Thank you to INCU for inviting me to speak, and especially to Azerbaijan Customs for their fantastic hospitality. As David said, I'm here to represent the IAPH, Trade Facilitation and Port Community Systems Committee, and as Richard Morton has also said, I'm going to show you a port community system. Now, this happens to be the one that we use in ports that use Destinate in the UK, but if you visit a port that has such a system anywhere in Europe or elsewhere in the world, this is the sort of thing you're likely to come across. I've only got 13 minutes, so I can only really scratch the surface. So what I'll just be doing is looking at a few screens. This is live data, and just explaining how the system operates. Here we have what we call our voyage inquiry screen. In here I can put, let's collapse the menus, then we'll get more space. I'm glad they've got these TV screens around the room, because you might even be able to read the text on the screens with those, if you can see them. Okay, here we've got a voyage inquiry screen. If I click on the calendar here, if I can stop my hand from shaking, here we go, we'll have a look at yesterday's date, maybe today as well. As I say, you go to any port, whether it's Le Havre, Felixstowe, Rotterdam, you should be able to see something very similar wherever you go. These are the vessels or voyages that are calling around the ports in the UK today, those that use our system. We can page on, you'll see a bit more, a few more. Go a bit further. Okay, we have what we call a voyage identifier, which for customs practitioners, you would probably call this a rotation number. We've got the vessel name, the port at which it's calling, this is the UN low code, the berth or terminal within the port, the ship's agent or a company code for the agent, and the arrival date and time. If discharge has been completed, we will have an indicator. Similarly for loading completed and the vessel departure. And if the vessel is carrying dangerous or hazardous cargo, then you'll see an indicator there as well. Okay, I'm just looking for a vessel that might have some decent information on. Let's try this one here, the Maersk Stockholm. The next screen we'll see is more information, assuming we get a click back here. Yep. More information on the voyage. Now, on many port community systems, they'll have access to the IMO registration details of all vessels around the world. And they pull this information when the carrier tells the community system that a ship is going to call up one of its ports. The community system will pull data from the IMO catalogue, if you like, and place that on the system so it's available for everyone to view. In this case, we can see we've got the Lloyd's number or the IMO number, the radio call signal and so on for the Maersk Stockholm. There's our rotation number again. This ship arrived at 7:40, sorry. Nope, stuck. It arrived on the 7:48, there we are, 7:48 yesterday, and it left today, or it's due to leave today, sorry, they're behind us, 4 hours behind, due to leave today at 1300 UK time, BST. More information on the voyage. The outturn is still in progress and loading hasn't yet been completed. So all this information is available to every stakeholder using the community system. And as Richard again said this morning, that could be the carrier, the freight forwarder, customs, trading standards, port health, Department of Agriculture, road and rail operators, importers and exporters. Here we can see the vessel rotation, the port at which it called, the origin of port of origin of the import cargo, port of destination for export cargo. For consortia ships, you can see details of other players, other carriers who have cargo on the ship. You can see here we've got a section on hazardous materials. So these systems will collect and collate data on dangerous goods and send that to the National Reporting Authority. Similarly for vessel waste notifications, for those of you who know EU directives, there's an EU Vessel Waste Management Directive, and these systems will collect data on that. And finally, we have information for the import control system, the 24-hour rule, as some people call it. So all of that data is collected by the port community systems. Right. If we drill down beyond the voyage details, we can look at import information. We could also look at exports or transshipments or dangerous goods, but we'll stick with imports as we've only got a very short time. This inquiry transaction is primed with the voyage rotation number that I was just looking at. If I wanted to see more specific criteria, I can click on additional options and I can select any mix and match of those criteria and view only those consignments on this ship that match the criteria I've asked for. As we want to see everything on this ship, we'll just click on Go. You now have 3-line summaries for every container, or if it's a general cargo ship, on every bill of lading that's on that ship being discharged at this terminal, a port. Here we've got an extension to our rotation number, which is, you could call it a unique consignment reference, but it's only unique in this port. And that allows the system to exchange information with the National Customs Computer System. In the UK, we have a system called CHIEF, Customs Handling of Import and Export Freight, and every import declaration that's made in ports using the community system will be made through that community system, quoting that unique number, and that allows CHIEF, the customs system, to tell the community system when goods are cleared or when declarations are cleared. The community system then distributes that clearance information to the terminal operator, the carrier, the freight forwarder, and the road or rail operator. Simple as that. Sounds simple anyway. Okay, if we page forward, we'll see more information. I hope. Yeah. Here you can see we've got a slightly extended number, but that's because the system also accommodates LCL or groupage cargo. So the unique reference extends down to the consignment level in those situations. Let's have a look at this container here, sports goods. At the top level, all you saw was very brief details. What we have here is a full record of that particular container or consignment from the date and time that it's manifested right and through to the date and time of delivery. This item was created on the 14th of May at 5 to 6 in the evening, so a few days before the ship arrived. Now that would have been created by a CUSCAR UN EDIFACT standard message sent to the community system by Maersk. When that manifest is received by the community system, it creates this record, which, as you can see, hopefully, doesn't hold any commercially sensitive information. That's all sealed within the system. But the system does send a complete copy of that CUSCAR manifest through to the Customs Anti-Smuggling team. So they can carry out their risk assessments. They can then send a message to the community system saying, I want to scan these boxes, or I want to place these on hold, or I want to examine these. That information is all held within the community system. And if they allow us to, we will tell the terminal operators, the port operators, and the freight forwarders and carriers that their goods are going to be examined. As soon as the ship arrives, everybody is notified anyway, so that the container can be moved directly from the ship to a scanning area, for example, or to a shed for physical examination. This is the manifest information here. We've got the port of origin, our unique reference number for the consignment, container number, size and type, and so on. As I said, there's no commercially sensitive names and addresses. That's all held discreetly within the system. This one has been landed from the ship. It hasn't yet been delivered. We've got the date and time of landing, and we've also got the date and time that the release note was generated. As you can see, it was released by customs and completely cleared well before it was off the ship. So only very shortly after the voyage arrived, about 10 minutes after the ship arrived. That time could actually be 0. If the trade require it, then the time out, as we call it, between customs clearance and release of the cargo can be 0. In the UK, they choose to have a 10-minute window. This is the chief declaration reference that I was talking about. The customs route of the entry on Route 6 means green light, clear to go. Later on, we'll see when this vehicle is, when this container is taken out of the gate, we'll actually have the vehicle that took it out of the gate and the haulage company that took it out as well. So everything is stored on here that relates to the port operation processes and the administrative processes. I mentioned that we have a number of other government departments that use our system. If we look at, see if I can find one that's had some intervention. If we go back into this particular 6, we'll look at additional options. Yep. And ask to see those which have any holds. Okay, these are just the containers on that ship that have been selected for some purpose. We don't know what until we drew down here. We can see it's on a hold. You can see the column on the right here. This one's been held. Let's have a look. Could be anybody. Okay, this is footwear that's been held by. It's been held for scanner purposes, as you can see there. So although we have release from chief, it's yep, we've got here we are. It's customs cleared. Because it's been selected for scanner hold, no release note has generated. So all of those parties involved in the release process would have been told, you have customs clearance, but the container is not good to go because it's waiting for a scanner release to take place. Okay, I think I've exceeded my 13 minutes, David, so I'll just stop there, but I just wanted to give you a flavour for what you would see if you went to any of the ports that uses a port community system. If you get the opportunity, you're welcome to attend I think there's still places at the workshop that Richard was talking about earlier. If you also get the opportunity to register for the IAPH conference, which is next year, next April, will be in Hamburg, we'd be pleased to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alan. Yes, I must say it's not the first time I've seen that, and it's a very impressive system indeed. I'm also impressed by the fact that Alan did it live via the internet, testament to the great infrastructure that Azerbaijan has.